The Houston Rockets are set up to run the NBA in a couple of years. Everybody talks about the Oklahoma City Thunder as the next great dynasty. This Rockets team has it going. They're number 6 in defensive rating right now while primarily having a really young team. Ime Udoka has these boys coached up, and they just added Steven Adams for next year, who was a part of multiple number 1 defensive rated teams in Memphis, as well as controlling the glass like no other. They have 2 young superstars. Yes, I'm calling Cam Whitmore superstar. Just wait till we break down the numbers on him, and then Alpren Sengun, of course. Jalen Green and Fred VanVleet, the verdict is still out on them. I'm not sure if these guys are going to make it in Houston. We'll talk about both of them in detail, though, as well. And then just so many young guys here. Jabari Smith Jr., Tari Eason, Amen Thompson, and Cam Whitmore, all 22 years of age or younger. And that doesn't even include Alpren Sengun or Jalen Green. So a lot of stuff to talk about if we're talking Houston basketball, because they're the next big thing, in my opinion. And it starts with Baby Jokic. Alperen Sengun, yes. Baby Jokic, 21.6 points per game, 9.3 rebounds, 5.6 assists, and 1.2 steals per game this year. Absolutely stuffing the stat sheet. Now stick around, because in a second we're going to compare him to Nikola Jokic in his third year, but 54% shooting from the field, pretty good. He's honestly not even that far behind Jokic this year. When you look at everything, all the efficiency, he's the franchise player without a doubt. He's going to be the guy going forward that Houston fans are extremely excited about. Now, looking at Jokic's third year, he averaged 18.5 points per game. Sengun averaged more. 10.7 rebounds, about the same there. 6.2 assists, about the same there. Better efficiency from the field, much worse from 3, though. So, I mean, somewhat similar between the two guys there, and I think that Sengun is just going to continue to get better and better, continue to thrive in this Rockets system. Now, the Rockets had a really, really good draft. Amen Thompson was the number 4 overall pick, or number 5 overall pick, excuse me. And then Cam Whitmore fell all the way down to 20. No, Amen was 4. Cam Whitmore was supposed to be the 5th pick, fell all the way to 20. 12 points per game, 3.5 rebounds in 17 minutes a game for Whitmore now this year. The thing I wanted to look at, 0.5 assists per game. We have another Michael Porter Jr. on our hands, ladies and gentlemen, but he's shooting at 48% from the field, 40% from 3, 4.3 attempts, and he's 19 years old. This dude is going to be trouble. He was a top 5 projected pick for a reason, and he fell all the way down the draft board. Per 36 numbers, he leads the team in points per game, 7.7 rebounds, 1.4 steals, 48% shooting from the field, and 40% from 3. Cam Whitmore is an absolute monster. And then Amen Thompson. He averaged about 7.2 points per game so far this season, 5.1 rebounds, 2.4 assists, and 1 steal. You know, a long, athletic defender that can really help a team out in the long run, and they got that here in Houston. He may never be elite on the offensive side of the ball, but defensively, he's going to be a monster. He can facilitate, he can rebound, and he can score in transition. 50% from the field in 18 minutes per game. You look at his per 36 numbers, like we said, just stuffing the stat sheet. 14, 10, 5, and 2. I mean, come on now. Amen Thompson is a monster. Or he will be a monster. Not quite yet. He's not even their best rookie, but I think he's going to be really good at the end of the day as a two-way point guard that can slash really well. Now, let's take a look at some more of this youth here. Ime Udoka, like we said, I've made this point before. He coached the Killer Jays in Boston, and I think Tari Eason, Jabari Smith Jr., Cam Whitmore, 2 of those 3 guys are going to end up being the Western Conference version of that. We got the older version of that with Kawhi, but the younger version will be this. Jabari Smith Jr., 13.8 points per game, 8.3 rebounds, 1.4 assists in 31 minutes per game. He is trending upwards, 47% from the field, 37% from 3 on 4.5 attempts in 31 minutes a game. And as you will see right here, he is up 7 percentage points, or 6 percentage points on both his field goal percentage and his three-point percentage. Really good stuff. Also up about a point per game and a rebound per game. Great stuff to see there from Jabari Smith Jr., making me look not quite as bad for having him as my number 1 overall prospect ahead of Paolo Banchero. And then you got Tari Eason, who brings the clamps of this duo. Tari is mainly a cutter and finisher around the rim, a lot of times in transition. Sometimes he knocks down the 3 ball offensively. He's not really a guy that creates for himself, but he's still averaging 10 points, about 7 rebounds, and some good stats on the defensive side of the ball. 36% from 3 on 2.3 attempts per game, 47% from the field overall in 23 minutes. So they got a lot of young wings that are only getting, 15 to 25 minutes a game. They should have freed up some minutes at the deadline. Real quick, if you are enjoying today's video, make sure to like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. We're trying to hit about 100 likes on today's video to really what's out in the YouTube algorithm. And with that being said, let's go ahead and continue on. Looking at a couple of disappointments for the Rockets this season. The first being probably Jalen Green, who's averaging 18.3 points per game. Solid, 4.9 rebounds, better than normal, 3.4 assists in 31 minutes per game. Now you might be asking, why? He's not been that bad. You know, yes, he averaged 22 a game last year, but he's not been that terrible. Well, there you go. 42% from the field, 32% from three on 6.6 attempts. It's his third season in the league, and he has yet to improve his efficiency whatsoever. Over his last 10 games, he's been playing a little bit better, 24 points a game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists on 48% shooting from the field. So maybe he can continue to step it up. But, I mean, at one point on Prospects, it was just the under on Jalen Green was smashing every single night. Fred VanVleet hasn't necessarily been a disappointment. He's been a nice part to this young team, you know, giving them a veteran point guard that can come in and help facilitate. 16.5 points per game, 8.2 assists, 3.7 rebounds, a steal, and a block. Fred VanVleet has no business getting a block per game. The dude is like 5'10", 41% from the field, 37% from three on about 8 attempts per game in 36 minutes. He's definitely not their franchise point guard by any stretch of the imagination. He's got 2 years left on his deal, and he's essentially here to facilitate and make this young core better and better, kind of, you know, enhancing or speeding up the development of these young guys. Now, I'm going back to my comment earlier about how it was a wings league, how it currently is a wings league, and Ime Udoka is loading up. Jabari Smith Jr., Cam Whitmore, Tari Eason, Dylan Brooks, and even Jeff Green, old man Jeff Green. You also have Jalen Green. All 6 of those guys are wings. It is a wings league, and the Rockets have a ton of them. 14 points per game, 3.3 rebounds, 1.6 assists, and 1 steal for Dylan Brooks. He's been really solid, 45% shooting from the field, 39% from 3 on 5 attempts for the 28-year-old. He's actually been a really good signing in the offseason. And like I said, this is a reason I think the Rockets are up next, because you have so many wings. You have a solid point guard in either Fred VanVleet or Amen Thompson that probably needs to be upgraded. And then you have a great center in Sengun. And you got guys off the bench like Steven Adams, who they just acquired at the deadline. 8.6 points per game, 11.5 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal in 27 minutes in his most recent tenure in Memphis. So I mean, the Rockets have everything they need. They're going to need a different point guard if Amen cannot figure it out on the offensive side of the ball, because Fred VanVleet, I don't think, will cut it. As a backup, he'd be great. Hopefully, Amen can develop on the offensive side of the ball, but I think the Rockets have all the tools to be the next great NBA dynasty. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like button and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.